Wow. So that was the police. Once again, I just lost my injunction because I couldn't make it to Blount County, Tennessee within 5 days, and they don't do Zoom court. So once again, my ex is getting away with lying. She actually brought up the fact, oh my God, he assaulted me in 2016. So she's still going back to the same old freaking wishing well. And it just happens to be that I am, or I was, just about to do another protest. So I'm about to show all the proof that I have. I have over 150 hard copy of text messages. I have 2 actual cell phones, okay? I was going to charge them up, but they're not charged, and I'm not going to wait. But I have all of this stuff right here. This is all police reports. These are all my hard copies of text messages, okay? So, now, I got all the phone numbers off of here because I would never ever dox her. Okay. When me and Carter got together, she didn't tell me that she had a crack problem or anything like that. She did tell me she was addicted to methadone, which I paid for every week so that she wouldn't trick, so she wouldn't prostitute. But if you can believe that, you're a dummy, because she was tricking out of my house. Look, that's her little back page photo right there. Absolutely. This is my mom saying, where did you find that? Yeah, because they left cell phones at my house. Absolutely amazing that my lawyer didn't want to use my cell phones, because that's why I go protest with Albert. Look at this. This is a candle that was in the wall. Okay? Carla actually threw this candle at me. If I didn't duck, it would hit me right in the head. And then she swung an alarm clock around and spun it at me, and the alarm clock hit the wall and busted it in a million pieces. DCF came out and said, oh, we don't believe that she did that. It doesn't look like the candle went in the wall. What does that look like? And then, believe it or not, Carla admitted it in the mediation, but she put a little twist on it, the little battered women twist. Oh, yeah, I did do that. I threw that at him, but it was only because he was going to attack me. I had to kick in the door for the second time because she already tried to off herself once, and I had to dial 911 to save her life. 4 days she was in the hospital, okay? 4 days she was in the hospital, incoherent, okay? I went to, it's a good thing that the paramedics live real close. They live 2 minutes away. I went there and thanked them for saving her life. They said that I did by dialing 911. That's her 3rd attempt. Another time was by heroin. She told me, it's HIPAA laws, I can't get the records. She told me that she wanted to kill herself and she took a massive amount of heroin, and the doctor said that no normal heroin user would have put that much in there. Okay. And another time, it's her 3rd attempt. Then I find this crack pipe and this syringe in my house. Did my lawyer, Liz Alpert, even bring this up? Hell no. Okay. My ex beat up her previous boyfriend, Scott, twice. The second time the cops came, Carla cut herself. Okay. Bad. I have all the police reports. And her boyfriend loved her. He was a veteran. He told the cops that he did it. And I have text messages where he says that she would have done a long prison sentence for her second time at assaulting him. So this man took the blame for her. Now, she also threatened to beat up the chef at the Culinary of Art School here in Sarasota. And I have all the text messages for that too. Look at this. She says, I wrote it in frustration. She put a note on the podium of her chef because all she got to do was cut the pie. She didn't get to mix the ingredients and stir it up. She only been there for 2 weeks. There was people that had been there for 2 years that get to do that. Narcissist. Okay. Now, another thing. For a year, I slept with this woman. She didn't tell me that she had herpes. And then when I got her pregnant, guess who had to tell me? The doctor. The doctor. When he was reading off her medical jacket, he said that she had herpes, and I almost hit the freaking ceiling. Now I'm stuck with this woman. Absolutely trying to off herself in my house. She had herpes. Now I got a baby with her. Oh my God. Absolute Cannot believe it. Okay, now look at this. This is MRSA. I had 5 of these huge things on my thigh. Look at this. Yeah, the worst thing I've ever had. My kid caught MRSA too. He had to go to the hospital 4 or 5 times and have this stuff lanced as a kid. Okay. She got mad at me because I was afraid that she was going to go out and use crack cocaine again. And I didn't want her to leave. I wanted to go with her. So she wet her finger, put it in her mouth, put it in her nostril. I guess that is where MRSA breeds. I had no idea, but her mother did because she was a nurse. Well, at least until she got fired for beating up her husband, assault and battery on an elderly gentleman. Her son had to push her off of him and out the door. She actually got caught for trespassing. She came in the back door. She tried to take her son's Xbox away, all drunk. That is the mother-in-law that I had who set me up, who wanted her baby to be her first grandchild, wanted him to be so bad in Prineville, Oregon with them. Okay. I called her mother the second time Carla relapsed, my baby in her belly. And I told her, hey, could you please come over? Carla has been gone for hours. It was like 6 hours at this point. She hadn't come home from school. Her mother dials 911 on the way to my house and tells the cops possible physical assault. I have the police report, okay? I have all types of police reports here, but I'm not going to do all that. I have so much evidence, it's incredible. Liz Alpert, you bitch, you should have used my evidence. You could have came out a hero, and my ex would have went to prison. So when the police come to my house, I didn't even know that she had dialed 911. She tells the police that I have a lot of marijuana in my bedroom, tried to have me arrested. I called her for support when her daughter is relapsing with her only grandbaby in her belly. And did she care about that? No. Can you imagine if I would have went to jail? My ex would have came home and went through all my stuff, would have sold all of my stuff for drugs. Now, if I'm such a violent, torturous abuser, why did she take me back? I figured out that was the only way I could be around my son. I haven't even had one birthday with my son. The only birthday I got to have with my son is when I got back with my ex and I was in Friendsville, Tennessee. Now look at this. Here's what she says. Okay. You are very delicate and never hurt my feelings. Thanks for caring about my feelings. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is deep. The lies that this woman says. She is a born liar. Absolutely a born liar. Now look at this. She's also still addicted to Kratom right now. Yeah, I used to love Kratom, and now I hate it. Time to face withdrawal. I will take you up on that offer. I'll stay stoned, though, even though I don't really like weed. And I tell her, you can do it, Carla. I have complete faith in you. You will come out the other end of this a better person and probably, it says, a better mother. Okay? Now, here's another one where I'm telling her, but on a serious tip, if you really want to get off Kratom and try and build up everything in the house, like groceries and stuff, I will take over. And if you are not better by the time that I have to go back to Sarasota, I have to leave, your mother will have to take over, after that. You can do it, Carla. I have complete faith in you. You can take care of whatever problem you're having in your life. I'm trying to help this woman for my son's sake, man. For my son's sake, because she's all messed up on freaking drugs. Okay? Look at this. Here's more proof. I have proof like crazy, okay? I'm going to do it. Even just 4 days should be enough. Ha ha! She didn't last one night. She told me, do not give my bag of Kratom to me. In the morning, it was fixing to be a fist fight. She's about to punch me if I didn't give her that bag of Kratom. Okay? That's my biggest concern. It sucks I won't be able to have much fun with you guys. I'll take off work Friday and Monday, and I'll have 4 days. Thank you, David. I love you. Ha ha ha! What a liar! What a liar! Look at this. I used to love Kratom, but now I have to face withdrawal. I'll take you up on that offer. Yeah. What a liar. What a liar. Now look at this. If I'm such a abusive person, this is what she's telling me about my son. You love him more than I have ever seen fatherly love before. Dylan is driving me nuts with his new toy. Yeah, I thought I wasn't abusive. I thought I was all that. Then, in her little job that she has, okay, she's wanting to steal a snake from this lady because she's a hoarder, and I guess she wasn't taking care of it that well. This woman is a born thief. She actually beat up a security guard at Bell's department store, okay, a man, okay, and My lawyer, Liz Alpert, knew about that. Did she bring that up in the mediation? Hell no. She didn't bring up nothing at all that would have helped me. This is her running from the server. Do you remember running from the investigator who was trying to serve you papers so I could see my son? It took me a year and a half to see my son. Okay, I have all the evidence. I have all of the evidence. They just refused to come to the door, which is BS. Now, Carla also had a drug dealer that I used to get my pot from. That's right, I used to get my pot from him. I had no idea that he sold cocaine and crack. This is me complaining at him after she left me. He says, no, let me straighten you out right now. I respected it when you asked me not to sell her anything before she was even showing, and I never sold her anything after that. I kind of believe that. But he lived 2 minutes away. That's why I never wanted her to take her bike ride, because she would always come home with crack. Okay. And I used to be a crack addict. At this point, the previous 10 years before she moved in my house, she had been arrested 17 times. In the previous 13 years of that, I had never been arrested. I was completely clean off of drugs. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it just gets deep. Oh yeah. Another thing that she said that I used to kick my dogs. She even accused me of being an animal abuser, and I love animals. Okay, I love animals. I would never ever kick a dog or hurt any animal. I love animals more than I do people at this point. Now look at this. This is the narcissist, okay? She is telling me, I think of Dylan as mine, but he came out of your balls technically. This is when, after a year and a half of running with my kid. Now look at this. I know you will. And you are a great dad and a good man. That's why we can get back together. Not the only reason, but a huge factor for me. I thought I was abusive, violent, addicted to rape. And you were hiding from me in the bedroom for 2 weeks at a time. Huh? What happened about that? Oh yeah, well, look at this. After she tried to off herself, and she was pregnant with my son, my only son. I have 2 grandchildren, 2 daughters that are grown. But I only have one son, and I love him dearly. I asked her to marry me. I gave her an engagement ring. She took it to the crack dealer for crack. I had to go buy it back from the guy. Okay. And then she went and prostituted in the park after that. She didn't come home till 4 something in the morning. Okay. And then, she took my fully loaded food stamp card as well and traded that for crack. Okay. This is the reason. Now look at this. This is her CIA stepdad. She actually broke into his house and stole a bike. He says it was worth more than $5,000. And her mom went down there and got her just a misdemeanor instead of a felony. Probably Mike, Mr. CIA. Now, Mr. CIA stepdad, he's telling me I haven't texted him for 6 months. Now, the last time that I texted him, it wasn't good. But he says, if you start texting me like you do, Carla, I will go down to the same building and I will get an OP in the same place that Carla did. And then you won't even be able to know when your son is coming. He says that I will be in a world of hurt. Just like when they had my mother arrested for pushing a diaper in Mike's face. And my mom, 76 years old, never ever been arrested in her life, got 2 charges of assault and battery. And then what does her mom do? Oh, I hope this doesn't ruin your visitation, David. When Dylan comes, your mother getting arrested. And then she says, oh, your mother looks so great doing the perp walk. Yeah, this is the evil mother-in-law that I got. Whoa, let me tell you what. The amount of crap that I have been molested. I grew up in a foster home. I was homeless in the streets. I was a drug addict. All of those things combined do not add up to this. And let me tell you what, they are so happy about that. They are so happy. And now she's got a new lawyer boyfriend, and he probably helped her put this protection order against me altogether. You know, I'm going to show you how big and tough I am. I'll take care of him. But you know what? My poor son, He wants a stepdad so bad. He sees all the other kids with their mom and dad, and I can't be there in Tennessee. I ain't got the cash like that to go buy a house out there. But my son tells me, right when I talk to him, I say, how's everything going? He says, oh, my mommy and her new boyfriend are fighting and arguing again. And they fight and argue all the time. Go off into another room. I don't want my son to be hearing you people fight. That's not a good sign. This guy already put a ring on this finger. That's not a good sign. If you guys are already fighting and arguing like this all the time, due to my son telling me, it's just going to get worse. And I feel bad for this guy. I really do. We didn't start off on the best foot. But this is just an ongoing problem. This is the effect of Liz Albert, the mayor of Sarasota. This is why I go protest. Okay. But you know what? I'm a good man, a loving father. And I always have been. And this chick tried to defame my character. And I am not going to have it. I will always hate this woman. I am civil around her for my son. I have never went off when I get to pick up my son from the police station from my mother-in-law, my sweet mother-in-law. Oh, my sweet, super big, sexy father-in-law. I've never went off on them one time like I want to because my son's there. Because I have respect for my son and I do not ever want to drag him through that. But one of these days, he is going to know what an absolute bunch of liars that these people are. And they are the reason why I haven't been able to be there in my son's life. It's so sad. A normal man would have just gave up a long time ago. All the stuff that these people have put me through. My mother-in-law also had me drug tested. She said that the police did. She said that the cop said they've never seen me that high before. So DCF came to my house 3 times. Finally, the 3rd time, they woke my son up at 10:30, and I was pissed. Very first day I get him back, I got DCF and the police showing up at my house. So I let them in, do a drug test. Guess what? Negative. This is my mother-in-law trying to get me out of my son's life, trying to make me just go away, trying to make me think, you know what, it's just not worth it to fight these people. But you know what? I'm a fighter and I'm not a quitter. And that is one thing that I have always told my son. Do not lie and do not quit. One other thing. When my baby was born, my ex told the nurses that she didn't want me in there. She wanted to bond with the baby all by herself. So they called security because I probably would have had a fit. Because I wanted to go in there and see my only son born, okay? So security came. The nurse told me, hey, is there any way that, you got something you could do, And I had 4 dogs at home. So I said, I'll run home real quick and make sure they're not tearing anything up. Because her dog, we used to tear everything up. She used to lock them in a little tiny cage in her apartment. Poor abused dog. So I went home, let my dogs out to use the bathroom. I was getting in the car to go back there, and I got a telephone call. Your baby's been born. They had to induce labor because she had herpes. And my baby can't go through the vaginal canal. Okay. So they induced labor as soon as I left the hospital. And she told the courts that I was violent and aggressive towards the nurses. But then she messed up and she forgot what she said. She goes, oh, the messed up thing about it is they said that she was the one that was violent and aggressive. And that makes a lot more sense to me because this woman is a violent beast. She's a man. She can fight a security guard. She throws candles at me. She beat up her ex-boyfriend twice. Absolutely brutal. The worst woman, the worst person I have ever known in my whole entire lifetime. And I have begged her to release to sign a release form so I can get the hospital records. She won't do it. She won't do it because she lied to the courts about that too, trying to make me look like I was a freaking maniac. Oh yeah. And then she said that, unfortunately, I was a victim of David Brown. Oh, you poor little baby. You just wanted to go to Prineville, Oregon, where your mother bought you a brand new car, helped you get a cleaning business started, right? Oh, she sure did. And it is just absolutely incredible the amount of pain and sorrow that I have had to go through. So let this be a lesson to everybody out there. If you're a lawyer, you better fight for your client. If you're a woman, you better not try and lie, because if your man has a good attorney, which I did not, you will go to prison. Go to prison.